Hello, my name's Richard, the other Richard, of course, and I'm going to carry on doing those conditionals to death, okay? Machacándoles hasta la muerte. Okay, with me is Nieves. How are you, Nieves?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Are you nervous? Because today is not going to be easy. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okie dokie. What we're going to do, we're going to practice the 3 different conditionals in the interrogative, okay? So I'm going to give you the Spanish and you have to come up with the English, okay? Everyone at home too. I don't want Nieves to be suffering alone. You have to all suffer with her, okay? It's really important. Me lo dirás. Me lo dirás si lo sabes. Okay, the future conditional. Me lo dirás si lo sabes.
Would you tell me if you know it?
Yeah, good. No hace falta decir if you know it, okay? You don't need to say that. Will you tell me if you know?
Okay.
Lo sé, I know. No se suele decir I know it, okay? I know, yeah, I know. Will you tell me if you know? Okay, let's ask the same question in the context of the second conditional. Me lo metería. Me lo dirías si lo supieras?
Would you tell me if you knew it?
Good. Or if you knew.
If you knew? Sorry.
Okay, don't forget, we don't need it. Would you tell me if you knew? So will from the first conditional becomes would in the second. Will you tell me if you know becomes would you tell me if you knew. Know in the other clause becomes knew. Okay, so there is a certain logic to all this. Okay, the last one. Me lo habrías dicho si lo hubieses sabido.
Would you have told me if you had known it?
Good.
If you had known? If
Yeah, you sing it. Por favor. Okay, muy bien. Would you have told me if you had known? Con la contracción, if you'd known. Fantástico. Excellent. Another one. Me lo dirás si te enteras.
Would you told me
Futuro, the future conditional. Me lo
if
dirás.
you know it? No. If you will know it.
Si te enteras, if you find out.
If you find out.
Okay. Will you tell me if you find out? Okay, the second conditional. Me lo dirías si te enteraras.
Will you tell me?
Would you
tell me if you
in the past?
found out?
Muy bien. Would you tell me if you found out? Now the third conditional. Me lo habrías dicho si te hubieses enterado.
Would you have told me if you had known it?
Good. Or if you had
Found
out.
Oh, if you had found out.
Con everyone will find out. Muy bien. Okay. Lo harás. Okay, in the future. Lo harás si te pagan.
Will you do it if they pay you?
Will you do it if they pay you? To the second conditional. Lo harías si te pagaran.
Would you do it if they
Okay, paid se convierte en paid.
paid?
Okay, one step back in time.
Okay.
Would you do it if they paid you? Lo habrías hecho si te hubiesen pagado.
Would you have done it if they had paid you?
Would you have done it if they had paid you? Muy bien. ¿Irás si te invitan?
Will you go if they invite you?
Good. Will you go if they invite you? Ahora, ¿irías si te invitaran?
Would you go if they invited you?
Excellent. Good. ¿Habrías ido si te hubiesen invitado?
Would you have gone if they had invited you?
Fantastic. Estás arrasando. She's doing great. I hope you guys at home are doing just as well as Nieves. And by the way, are you watching how well she's improving? Because you're doing it perfectly each time now.
You're a great teacher, Richard.
Well, no, it's for the mechanism. Huh? When you start to compare the first conditional with the second conditional and the third, you realize the logic.
Yes.
And it becomes easier and easier. Cuanto más se practica, más se aprende. Okay, how do you say that in English? The more you practice,
the more you learn.
the more you practice, the more you learn. The more, twice, huh? The more you practice, the more you learn. The next one. Me ayudarás si te lo pido?
Will you help me if I ask you?
Perfect. Ask you, perfect. We don't say ask you it, yeah? Will you help me if I ask you? Me ayudarías si te lo pidiera?
Would you help me if I asked
So
you?
would you help me if I asked you? Es más fuerte la K, ¿eh? Asked.
Asked.
Eso es. Again?
Would you help me if I asked you?
Good. And now in the past?
Would you have helped me if I have asked?
If I had...
If I had asked you?
Muy bien. Can you do that one more time? And everyone at home too? Along with Nieves?
Would you have helped me if helped me if I had asked you?
Good. Would you have helped me if I had asked you? Excellent. ¿Lo cambiarás si se rompe?
Would you change it
in the future? Yeah?
In the
Lo
future.
cambiarás mañana si se rompe.
Will you change it if it breaks?
Excellent. ¿Lo cambiarías si se rompiera?
Would you change it if it broke?
Muy bien. Okay, and in the past, imagine yesterday, ¿lo habrías cambiado si se hubiese roto?
Would
Yo
you
lo hago
have-
fatal,
Would you have changed it if it had broken?
Again, ¿en cuál quedamos?
Would you have changed it if it had? Oh, sorry.
Sí, vas. You're going to do it. You're going to
Would
do
you
it.
have changed it if it had broken?
Excellent. Would you have changed it if it had broken? ¿Lo comprarás mañana si es barato?
Will you buy it tomorrow if it's cheap?
¿Lo comprarías si fuese barato?
Would you buy it if it were cheap?
Muy bien, were, okay? With the third person and with the verb to be in the second conditional, we always say were. If it were cheap, if they were cheap, if I were here, if I were there. Okay, siempre igual. And in the past, ¿lo habrías comprado si hubiese sido barato?
Would you have bought it
Good.
if it had been cheap?
Fantastic! Eres la mejor. Okay, lo descargarás, okay, en internet. Lo descargarás si es gratis.
How do you
Descargas
say?
to download, okay?
Okay,
Everybody
yes.
at home too. To download something, you download music, you download a film, for example. To download, descargar en internet. To download es regular,
Yes.
como verbo. ¿Eh? Entonces, lo descargarás si es gratis. in the
Will you
future.
download?
Will you? Yeah.
Will you download it if it's free?
Good. Will you download it if it's free? Lo descargarías si fuese gratis.
Would you download it?
Load, not loud. Load.
Load. Would you download it if it were cheap, free?
Free or cheap, da igual. Okay, good. Would you download it if it were free? Y lo habrías descargado si hubiese sido gratis.
Would you have downloaded it?
Downloaded, okay? It's
download
regular. Again?
Would you have downloaded if it?
Downloaded it.
Would you have downloaded it if it had been free?
Excellent. Would you have downloaded it if it had been free? Very important question to learn there. Okay, the next one. ¿Saldrás si llueve? Mañana.
Will you go out tomorrow if it rains?
Okay, will you go out tomorrow if it rains? ¿Saldrías si lloviera?
Would you go out if it had rained?
No.
If it rained.
If it rained every day, yeah? Would you go out if it rained every day? The second conditional. Don't forget, after the if, in that clause, in esa oración, you need the past tense, if it rained. ¿Habrías salido ayer si hubiese llovido?
Would you have gone out if it had rained?
Fantastic. Okay, muy bien. I hope you guys did as well as Nieves did, because she did an absolutely stunning job. That was brilliant.
Thank
Great,
you.
good stuff. Keep practicing your conditional. See you soon. Ciao.